Hey guys, wanted to do a quick video, show you guys how I have my pally set up, cover everything from gear, talents, sub-trees, relics, potions, and charms. Try and give you guys a good example of how to build a pally. This is not the be-all, end-all build. I'm sure there is better out there, but this is very reasonable to get you out there, crushing the game, getting the bosses down. I'm also going to cover why certain abilities are the way that they are, and why we're running them that way. I want you guys out there doing this kind of damage, topping out at 2.5 billion single target, and that's really what this guide is for. So if you guys want to be out there crushing damage like that, this is going to be a reasonable and achievable way to do it. So we're going to start out with the gear. Of course, we're going to use a Murray. You really want to try and get high attack speed on this, plus the lightning skills, and lightning skill damage is important, but you want your weapon doing the most swings as fast as possible. As you can see, I've got it socketed with the 4 crafted attack speed gems, so my attack speed on it, attacks per second is 5.88. I run a consistent almost 9 attacks per second, just static. So, which actually that's a little high because I have this buff going at the moment. It's like 8.1. Next, for the chest piece, we got our Thunder Guardians. Pretty straightforward again. Lightning skill damage, minus to enemy lightning resist, lightning skills. This one's also good because it does have all resistances on it, and a chance when striking to gain additional lightning damage. So we can get a 86% lightning damage buff just from striking an enemy while wearing this. Good boost to our damage. I'm using a higher end Delirium. Plus 11 skills, the mana steal is very important for our build. Note that a well-rolled Grimbones Visage is actually really good and can be better than Delirium, but it needs to have the right rolls on it. The obvious best choice for this build is going to be a High Roller's Death Crown. That's what we want, especially with high attributes and magic skill damage. That is going to be our best in slot. It has to, of course, hit the 777 mark for Roll the Dice to go into effect and give the +7 to all skills. But that's our end game goal right there. I just haven't had luck getting it. But a well-rolled Delirium or a Grimbones will do just fine. Next, for a shield, I am personally a fan of Justice. A well-rolled Justice gives you high plus the skills, gives you movement speed, a little bit of magic skill damage, but it's more so for the all resistances, and it does give you attributes. So this is a solid piece right here, not terribly difficult to get. I very much recommend using it. Next, we're going for our amulet, Eagle Claw. This is a great item for our build because it focuses around attack speed, which is huge for our build. So you have the chance when attacking, live by the sword, gives you, when it's level 18, 117% attack speed plus movement speed, and it also has passive 12 to up to 12 to Enraged Mania, which gives increased area effect and 30% attack speed. So that's just static on that. We also get the enhanced damage. The real thing we want here is that +2 attack speed. The Deadly Blow, ignore target defense, is nice, but it's not what we're mainly focusing on. But it's a great amulet, very highly recommended. For our rings, we're running Storm Loops. In a pinch, like as you're going through, starting out, you could go with Tectonic Frequencies, but of course, Storm Loops are going to be better. That's really where you want to get yourself to. Sets Lightning Sash, again, very straightforward on this. The chance on attacking to cause additional lightning break is very handy, extra damage as well. Now, I'm running a rim skin because I got a really good, well-rolled rim skin. Most people will run a Tectonic Grips. Very solid piece, nothing wrong with them, But if you can get a good roll on Rimskin Assassins, it's better damage. So that's where you want to end up at. But don't worry if you only have Tectonic Grips, they're just fine. Lastly, are boots. Boots, I would say boots is where you have the most leeway on what you want to put in there. I like Marchers of Hatred. The increased movement speed with the attack speed and the skill diminish makes it to where you can move around while still attacking and not suffer that hindrance and movement speed loss as much. A well-rolled, like if I had a +5 base Crush Fleet that rolled perfect, would be higher damage. But it's very comparable unless you have like a +5 rolled perfect. So Crush Fleet rolled perfectly is where you want to end at. And again, it's because of that when striking, gaining the agility, which gives us the attack speed, that really helps push this over the edge on a lot of other pieces. But don't worry if it's not a +5. If you can just get a Crush Fleet, it will do just fine. Okay? Next, I'm going to go through, cover the potions. I still use a Witch's Potion to heal. There's a fair number of times that I've found myself out where I've taken some AoE damage, some poison or bleed damage, and my health's just ticking away. Being able to heal without, excuse me, any enemies around, very handy, very helpful. It's going to keep you alive. I have tested every single potion, and I mean all of them. All your attack speed ones, most of these I have are +5 that we would end up using, attack speed, attack rating, etc. For just the most straightforward bang for your buck, you're going to want to run Elixir of Death for the damage and magic skill damage, Ghostly Potion for the magic skill damage, and Bottle of Vodka for the +5 to all skills. I'm sure, a lot of people will sit there and go, oh, well, if you run the, if you get burning damage and cause them to burn, and run the caffeinated coffee container at a +5, you'll actually do more in the right circumstances or what have you. There's a lot of different ways that you could approach it. Again, this is just the most straightforward bang for your buck way that you're going to get the highest damage without tweaking everything in your build. So for relics, we're running a Triforce. The 30 all attributes is huge here, and the 30 all resist just can't be beat. This is the relic that I think that pretty much every single build in the game should be running. And we're going to cover why attributes is so huge here in a minute when we cover the skills. Same thing with the Magic Mushroom. 30 all attributes is huge for this build. I'll explain why in a minute. Hand Scythe, the attack speed with the attack rating is very nice. It's going to make sure that we are not only hitting quickly, but we're hitting. Every miss that you get is damage you're not getting. And Holy Bible, of course, 10 all attributes, 2 to all skills, just can't be beat. For the charms, I have a Tablet of Awakening with 1 to skills and 3 attack speed gems in it. There's debate on whether the attack speed or the magic damage jewels would be better. I plan on testing that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. We have our Torch, we have our Chaos Gemstone, we have our Anvil, Air Melon, Adventurer's Quiver. I've just got an attack speed and a movement speed small gem, just as a little filler for spots. Annihilator, Fulgurite. I have an Eye of Rackle. It's a low roll one, but just a little extra defense, a little extra health, keeps alive. I have a loaded dice that rolled a 2 all skills 6 Vengeance, which does help our build. Ideally, you want Lightning Fury, but we'll take what we can get. And Plague Shot. This one's really big. Gives us an additional 32% attack damage and 21% movement speed. Very nice to have on for the 2 slots. So that's going to cover the gear. Now let's get into our skills and the way we have this set up. Now, I have tweaked and played with these skills for hours. And I know one of the big ones is, why don't you run Holy Aura instead of Holy Shock Aura? We will cover that. I'm going to explain why. So we're going to go through. We put 20 points into Vengeance, 20 points into Divine Storm, 20 points into Lightning Fury, and of course 20 points into Eye of the Storm. Point into Holy Shock, and of course you need a point into Ball Lightning so that you can get your Eye of the Storm, and then the remainder of your points into Thor's Fury. As we go through and deal with our sub-tree, for Lightning Fury, this is the way that I have it set. This is why Attributes is so huge on this build, because we are increasing the lightning damage of Lightning Fury by 50% of our strength. So stacking a fair amount of attributes is actually beneficial because we're not quite double dipping, but we're kind of double dipping because we get the bonuses from int inherently on the skill, as it is an int-based increase, but we're also getting bonuses from strength. So getting that to 5 is super important. We then travel up this way, the 2 points into Electropulse for a chance to unleash a Pulse does extra damage, calling down Bolt of Lightning does extra damage, and the chance to crit with it does a lot of nice extra damage. So that's where we really want that. Of course, attack speed, again, make sure you get your 5 points into that, and 3 points here into Concentrated Fury. This is, again, I've tweaked with this every which way, back, forward, up, down, all the different main abilities. This is the way that I have found with my gear the best damage that I'm going to get. Now, to cover why Holy Shock Aura is better than, Holy Shock Aura is better than Holy Aura. So, So, sorry, my daughter is here. So, the reason that Holy Shock Aura is better than Holy Aura is for 2 reasons. One, we put 5 points into Rupturing Lightning. This gives a 15% proc chance to give 75% Lightning Break. Okay, and most of our damage is Lightning. This is a huge boost in our damage. The other thing that really pushes Holy Shock Aura over Holy Aura is Friendly Electron Flow. You gain a stacking buff that increases your lightning damage on hit. And you look at it and go, oh, well, that's 12%, so what does it do? Like, stack up to 12%? No. It stacks 10 times at 12% apiece. So every time it triggers, I'm getting 12% lightning damage, stacking up to 120%. That's why Holy Shock Aura is better. The lightning break that it causes with the 120% lightning damage drastically surpasses Holy Aura. And that's why we run it this way. Okay? I know the other question is going to be, why do you go up this way and waste 6 points when you can go up this way and cap that to 5? Because of Concentrated Aura. Holy Shock Aura now deals increased damage in a cone in front of you. The problem with this is that if your character is facing the wrong way, away from the boss, like say you're running around, it will not trigger the Friendly Electron Flow. It only hits if you are facing the enemy, which situationally, movement-wise, can be very detrimental to us. You want to get that stacked up to 10, you want to keep it stacked up to 10. So being able to move around the enemy and not have to worry about facing them at all times, sometimes that's exactly what you needed to do. Last one that I'm going to cover for the subtrees is Vengeance. And the reason why is you don't get as much life and Mana Steel out of Lightning Fury. And sometimes you're not in range to get those hits, and you're still burning a little bit of mana. So you need to be able to pop your health and mana back up very quickly. And just to show you, if I burn all of my mana down, and I keep myself low, at range, that's how quickly, literally like 3 hits, Vengeance will pop you back up to full mana. So this is why we have that here, and the way that we're going to do that is increasing the amount of lightning bolts from Vengeance, because each one of these hits, and this is why you gain so much mana back. So you want to go through, pop that up to 5 to get an additional 10 projectiles. We're just going to travel up the tree really quick. Sorry, the other one you want to get here, absolute necessity, is Overclock. Vengeance has increased attack range. You no longer have to hit. So it changes it from a melee hit to a ranged attack. Absolute must, these two. 2 points going up the tree. Get your 3 points into Thunderbolt, which increases the number of projectiles and lightning damage. And then I put the last point into Restoring Mana, just to give you that extra boost in mana regeneration. You want to get your mana back super quick so you can get back to burning. Okay? So that is the way that I have my character set up. Again, I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it. I am certain there are better out there who do higher damage, but this is going to be something attainable for everybody that hopefully, you can get yourself geared, get yourself out there blasting, have fun. And if you guys have questions, please make sure to hit me up on the Discord or while I'm streaming. Have a good one, guys.